Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2007 GMC Envoy. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic, and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So, we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And we're going to take a quick look around the vehicle because it is cold outside and I don't want to be outside. I've already been outside to fill up with gas and that's it. So, here we go. Ooh, okay. You can put this in slow motion if you want. Okay, so, pretty decent looking. You've got a little bit of rust. It is the Midwest. You've got a little bit on the rear wheel well. But the tires, they're pretty good. At least 50%, if not better, on the rear. You've got a little bit of rust down on the wheel wells. Not the wheel wells, the rocker panel. That's what it is. Front tires, same as the back tires, probably about 50%. But other than that, like, the body looks pretty decent. You just have those few rust spots. Interior, it's just cloth, but it's been detailed. Looks like it's in good condition. No major rips, tears, holes, anything like that. We do have a sunroof, which I have not tested, so we will test that when I get back in the vehicle. So that's all pretty decent. The back end is pretty decent, you know, minor scratches and stuff, but it's an 07, just, you know, the tiny scratches and stuff. Back end, it's not third row, but it does have the storage room for storage, you know, that stuff. This side, you've got the rust on the wheel wells again, and then that's probably your worst spot right there on the door. But other than that, it's pretty decent looking. And then the front end, it looks pretty decent as well. So we'll get under the hood. And I checked all the fluids when I was at the gas station. Fluids look good. Oil looks clean. This one's the 4.2. And it's running well. Started right up this morning. Not this morning, this afternoon. Whew, okay. Okay. It's cold. Okay. Okay. Heat works in this car, which is definitely a plus. Okay. 217,000 miles. The LED does not flicker like that. If you've never watched my videos before, I say that on every video where the LED flickers. If you've watched my videos before, you know that it flickers, and I don't know why. Somebody tell me why the science is that the camera makes the LEDs flicker, because I don't know. There's a tire pressure light on. I know that I have at least one tire that's a little bit low. I've not aired up the tires yet because it's cold. I am going to do it, and we will see if that light goes off when you come in to test drive it. You know, if the tire pressure light is on and the tires are up, then it's a sensor problem. It's just, it is what it is. Computers are a pain in the butt. Sometimes you get a check engine light that's just a dummy light. Sometimes you get a tire light that's just a dummy light. Sometimes you just get a dummy light because it's a dummy light. It looks like the oil change is current. I think that says 22717. So it looks like it's just done, would be my guess. I can't really see it because of the whatever this stuff is, but it looks like it was just done. Maybe when it was traded in, or when it was maybe before they traded it in, I don't know. When I buy at auction, I don't really get any history on the cars. I just get the cars, and then I get a make-up history, and I can tell you that it was owned by a flying trapeze artist who changed oil as she was doing her circus act. I don't know. Okay, anyways. Windows, driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. Rear driver's side window works. All I know about this vehicle, I didn't even know we had this. It came in today, and Matt said that our auction rep said that it runs and drives well. So that's all I know so far. Radio works. I already told you the heat works well. That's a godsend. We do have 4-wheel drive. And it's got the auto too, which is nice. So you can put it in auto, and then because you get better gas mileage in 2-wheel drive. Granted, it's only like, 1 or 2 miles per gallon, but it's better. But if you don't know what the roads are, you can put it in auto and it will kick in if you need it. And you can put it in 4-wheel drive if you just, you know, you found yourself in a ditch and you need to crawl out of it. That's what 4-wheel drive is for. And then 4-low is if you're pulling something. That's what that's for. So we'll try that. And then, like I said, heat works. You notice there's no check engine lights on the dash. There's a computer plugged in, and that verifies that. And we'll check the sunroof. And the sunroof works. I'm not going to leave it open because I'm not stupid. It's January. And nobody wants a sunroof open in January. So we're going to put on my seatbelt. If I can reach over here and grab the buckle. And buckle it. There we go. Alright, we're going to try this 4-wheel drive. And usually I just crank my wheel as hard as I can to one side and 4-wheel drive works. I know there's other people that they can just like drive straight and be like, oh yeah, hey, the 4-wheel drive works. I can't tell that the 4-wheel drive works by driving straight. I have to like force it to one side and then the vehicle jumps and I'm like, oh, yep, it works. I'm like one of those people that's, you've got to have like the writing on the wall in front of me for me to get it. So right off the bat, drives well. It's got good pickup, good acceleration, and I've already drove this to Casey, so I already know it really drives well. I haven't had it on the highway yet, so that will be new information for me, but I don't hear any suspension noise. This is really a pretty impressive vehicle. It appears that it was taken care of. No trouble at all going up that hill. No hesitations, no, like I said, no suspension noise, no rattling, popping, clicking, anything like that. Let's try our turn signals. Left turn signal works. Right turn signal works. Windshield wiper fluid works. The wipers have some ice on them, so they're probably not the best, but they do work. Obviously, you know, when there's not ice on them, they will work a whole lot better. We will get our cruise going, and it appears that our cruise also works. And then we'll check our brakes, and our brakes are good and solid. No grinding, no vibration, no pulling. This vehicle is pretty nice, not gonna lie. So if you're looking for a vehicle that really, I don't want to say that it needs nothing, because the minute that I say it needs nothing, it's, you know, somebody's going to be like, oh, well, it needs a, sorry, it needs a something. Okay, so I'm not going to say that it needs nothing, but for a vehicle that seems to not need very much of anything, or very little maintenance or repairs, this one's a winner. It only seats 5, so it's not the third row, but it is 4-wheel drive. Everything seems to work. The heat, the 4-wheel drive, the radio. I mean, it's kind of just basic. It's cloth. It does have a CD player, so you've got some of those old CDs from high school, or, you know, some of you from, you know, elementary school or college, you know, wherever you fall on that spectrum of things. It really seems pretty decent. So, I mean, you know what we do? We sell cheap cars. This is going to be a cheap car, and it's just going to be something that you can tote around in and get. I mean, it's not going to be horrible gas mileage. It's going to get your 20s if you drive good, high teens if you drive like me. But I don't know, it seems pretty decent. So if there's any disclosures that I need to tell you that I find out, you know, since Matt tells me everything, they'll be in the description. Otherwise, give me a call, text me, let me know if you have any questions. My cell phone is 309-267-7200. Thanks, guys.